Yeah. What's going on, everybody? This your boy Isaiah, coming to you again from Bucco's Locker. Subscribe, like, comment, share all my videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. Make sure you check out the Bucco's Locker Facebook page and the Twitter page. If you want to donate, all donations are welcome, big or small. I appreciate all the support. And here's my recap of the Bucs versus the Falcons game. A tough loss, as you can see by the thumbnail. A lot to talk about, the good, bad, and the ugly. I got to start out, saying, it's a tough loss, man. This is the nature of the game. This is the NFL, and you gotta be damn near perfect to win these games. And Kareem Hunt beasting right now. The Patriots got no answer for Kareem Hunt. Anyway, it's a tough game, man. You gotta be perfect. You gotta have from top to bottom, from coaching, offense, defense, quarterback play. I mean, it's got to be perfect. Or you're going to lose games like this. Games that you're supposed to win. Atlanta's not a good team. They got a lot of injuries. They found a way to win the game. Unfortunately, it's very that our team did not win this game. The telltale sign. I told y'all in my preview video, if we let Atlanta get over 400 yards total offense, and Matt Ryan has like 330 plus yards, 350 plus yards, and we're gonna have a tough time winning the game. And I told you we had the whole Atlanta under 30 points to win this game, and sad to say, but they got 34 points and we had 29, so they held us under 30 and they win the game. The same old with Mike Smith, year after year since 2016. If you look at the thumbnail tells you everything about it. It's like the same record over and over again. I'm tired of repeating myself every week of the same stuff with Mike Smith. It's the same stuff with him. It's like every week it's the defense, the secondary, and it's like, when is it going to be enough of this, man? Like, when are we going to hold the owners and Jason Light accountable for Mike Smith's actions and his scheme? Is not working. It's not working. We cannot continue to score over 30 points. It's just impossible to do that every game. For us to win the game, we have to score over 30 points. Jason Light spent all this money on defense and we still look the same. Matter of fact, we look worse. And yes, I'm starting out with the bad and ugly because, you know what? Nah, I'm not even going to do that. Let me switch it up. Let me start out with some positive stuff, because there's been a lot of negative stuff I've seen on social media against the Bucs, specifically Jameis Winston. So let me get some positive shout outs. Shouts out to Jameis Winston for throwing for 395 yards, 4 TDs, 31 yards rushing. Yes, he had 2 interceptions, and he really didn't need to throw those balls. Well, the first one was like a punt almost. And then the second one, he kind of forced the ball in there, and he threw it in there pretty tough, and hit the Duke rod in the back of the helmet, and it popped up. So that's kind of like one of them weird bounces. If there would have been a better ball, it'd probably be a touchdown. And it was pass interference because he was face guarding, but that's neither here nor there. But 395 yards, 4 touchdowns, 31 yards rushing, 2 interceptions, a passer rate of 115, and you still have folks hating on Jameis Winston, and they blaming James. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get to what the real problem is and further along this video. But yeah, just blame Jameis though. But shouts out to Peyton Barber for running pretty good. I got the stats right here. Peyton Barber had 13 carries for 82 yards. He had some good holes, good little running holes there. He's running the ball pretty well. First really good game he had this season. Took him 5 games to do it. But he had a really good game. Also, I want to give a shout out to me see who else. O.J. Howard for playing on a bad knee. A sprained MCL. It was supposed to be a 2 to 4 week injury, but he came out there, he toughed it out. And that was a big look for O.J. Howard. I'm glad he came in there and toughed it out. Shouts out to my O.J. Howard on that and catching the touchdown. Shouts out to Chris Godwin for catching the touchdown. Peyton Barber caught a touchdown. Cameron Brate had 1 catch. It was a touchdown, so shouts out to Cameron Brate. I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he got hurt. Let's see. I guess shouts out to Quan. He had 11 tackles, 10 solo, 1 assist, 2 tackles for loss. It's tough to pick out the positives in this game, man. It really is. It's mostly offensively. The positive shouts out offensively. Shouts out to Todd Monken. He turned it up in the second half offensively. I don't know why we didn't play like that the whole game. We started out, first drive was really good, and then we kind of like got stuck in the mud in the second quarter. You know, at the end of the first quarter, going into the second, most of the second quarter, we were stuck in the mud, and then until we scored at the end of half. So I mean, it's tough, man. Look at these stats, man. It's just ridiculous. 30 for 41, 395 yards, 9 yards a catch, completion, 4 TDs. Now, if you erase the score and you read this, you would think that that team with those stats would win the game, right? We had 512 total yards. 512 total yards. 30 first downs. But the killer was those 2 turnovers. If we don't turn the ball over, if Jameis don't throw those interceptions, we pretty much win the game. It's tough, man. It's really tough looking at these stats, man. I'm just sitting here looking at this like, golly. We was 5 for 8 on third down, so third downs weren't really a problem. We had 11 total drives, so we had an extra possession. We beat them in yards per play. I mean, we just outplayed Atlanta statistically, but it's just the 2 turnovers. But I think those 2 turnovers was a little bit exaggerated. Yes, they were red zone turnovers. One of them was red zone turnover, and one of them was just a bad throw by Jameis. But overall, we still should have won the game because we put up enough points to win the game. And we did enough offensively to win. 512 total yards. That's 390 yards plus passing. 100 yards plus passing. 4 TDs. The record for those type of games for a team like that, 51-1-1. We lose the game. Over 390 yards passing. 100 plus rushing yards, 4 passing TDs, and we lose the game. 500 yards total offense. 395 yards passing. 120 yards rushing. 4 passing TDs, and we lose the game. That's weird. That's just a weird stat. Like, that's just a weird stat to me. That's just a weird stat. Unbelievable, man. 6 yards a rush. We didn't have that many penalties. We only had 4 penalties for 20 yards. But those 2 turnovers stuck out, man. Even with the turnovers, we still could have won the game. It's crazy to look at these stats. It's like, how are we losing these games like this, man? We outplaying teams and we losing games. But that's the positives of this game that I can get out of the game. Like I told you, I was not worried about us offensively. So it's a tough pill to swallow because you can see it in my face. It's like it's astounding. I can just sit here and look at this. But also, I got to combine the bad and the ugly. The bad. Once again, the defensive secondary and the defensive line did not show up rushing the quarterback. Defensively, Matt Ryan was 31 for 41. 354 yards, 8 yards of completion, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 sack. QBR of 87, passer rating 125. We couldn't stop them throwing the ball. We stopped them from running the ball. They had 22 carries for 70 yards. They couldn't run the ball on us. Less than 4 yards a carry. But the real issue was pass defense once again. And once again, Julio Jones just tears us apart. Even though he didn't score a touchdown, Julio Jones, 10 catches for 143 yards, 14 yards a catch. He was targeted 14 times. He caught 10 balls. Austin Hooper, 9 catches for 71 yards, targeted 10 times. He caught 9 of those. 2 guys we could not stop. 2 guys combined for 19 catches for 214 yards. So Mike Smith knew coming into the game that Julio Jones was going to be the guy. And he still get 10 catches for 143 yards. We had 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Total Recall. 2 weeks. You remember that movie, Total, right? With the head coming up. 2 weeks to prepare for this game. And we laid an egg defensively. I don't care about no moral victories. And I don't want to hear none of y'all saying, oh, we played better than the second half. No, we didn't. Because the fourth quarter was Atlanta scored 10 points. Oh, we played better than the third quarter. Atlanta had 5 straight 3-and-outs. And we played better. And they were stopping them on third down. And this and that. And this and that. Did you not watch the fourth quarter? When it was 24-22? When it was time for the defense to make a critical stop, Atlanta went right down the field, scored a touchdown. Did anybody remember that in the fourth quarter? But you're going to say, oh, the defense played better. I don't care about moral victories. I don't care about a defense playing good for 1 quarter or a quarter and a half. Playing good for the third quarter and a beginning of the fourth quarter, but shit the bed in the end of the fourth quarter. When it was time to make a stop, the defense did not show up. Did y'all watch the game that I watched? The defense did not show up. It was time to put up or shut up. But they on the sideline dancing and stuff. They on the sideline dancing with Quan and that Jerry McCoy. Atlanta get the ball, go right down the field, touchdown. 31-22. What's wrong? What's wrong with that defense, man? This offseason, we brought in JPP, Mitch Urine, Bo Allen, drafted Vita Vea in the first round, signed Vinny Curry. We already had Quan Levante. We spent 3 picks in the draft on secondary. Carlton Davis, who did not play. Jordan Whitehead, which had a good game, tackling. MJ Stewart, who had a horrible game. Brent Grimes, Vernon Hargreaves, who got hurt. The biggest issue coming to this season was the secondary. We addressed it with a lot of young guys. They're good, but they're young. This is the growing pains of having a secondary like that, with a coach like that. Got those boys. This is why, you know what? This is why Vernon Hargreaves has regressed so bad, because it's the scheme. It makes them play really soft and not with a lot of confidence. It's the scheme. It's not aggressive enough. The bend don't break defense do not work in today's NFL. Every team that got a bad defense is at the bottom. Raiders, Bucks, Falcons. You got a bad defense, you got a losing record. Yeah, the Chiefs got a bad defense too, but they can compensate that with the banging offense, with a better coach. You put Andy Reid as the Bucks coach, oh, we're a different team. We're a different team with Andy Reid. I'm just gonna be honest. We're a different team with Mike McCarthy. Just be honest. I mean, we're a different team with with Doug Peterson, Matt Nagy. I don't know, man, but I'm just saying it just doesn't make any sense. Like the defense just did not show up at the back end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. They didn't show up. It was time to make a stop, and they did not put up or shut up. They had no reason to be on the sideline dancing, and you've been struggling the whole season. Where's your composure? Where's the maturity? Gerald McCoy, JPP, you all should be ashamed of yourself. Putting that product on the field so us Bucs fans can look at week in and week out. And every time you turn around, they on the sideline arguing with Prince and Buckner. John Hope, the secondary coach, trying to coach those boys up, and they on the sideline like it still was confusion in the secondary. It's like, wait a minute, we 5 games into the season, six weeks into the season, and we still confused on their defense. The defense is not even hard. It's not even a complex defense. It's a quarters defense. Quarters. You got your quarter. 4 quarters. It's a quarter. His base defense is quarters. Play off the ball. Give up the short play. Can a team go down the field without making a mistake? And we bank on a team making a mistake. If you be patient against our defense, you can go up and down the field all day. Oh, we got a super chat. Our first super chat of the night. Folks, if you want to hit me up on super chat, I will read your message out loud. The super chat is right there in the chat room. It's a $sign. You click on the $sign. You type your message. All donations are welcome. But Shockstar941, he says, do you think we need to make major changes on defense in the offseason or just fire Mike Smith? Shockstar, this is my take on our defense. We have the pieces on defense, right? Our front seven, we kind of like Carolina, right? Just with bad coaching. Because Carolina got a good front seven. Not secondary, but not a world beater secondary. You can pass the ball on Carolina, but what makes Carolina so good is their front seven. And you put our front seven against Carolina front seven, player for player, we actually match them very, very well. But it's just the coaching. So if you don't get rid of the players. Maybe you can trade Gerald McCoy because I don't see anything good about him anymore. I just don't. I really don't. He's not a factor. I'm off the Gerald McCoy bandwagon for right now. And this is temporary. Unless Gerald McCoy show me something different for the rest of the season, I'm gonna step off his bandwagon for a little bit because I want to see what Gerald McCoy do for the rest of the season. Because now he hurt. He was in a boot, a cast boot. You know, same guy that was on the sideline dancing and stuff. Gerald McCoy has not showed up when it's time to show up. And I don't want to hear excuses of Gerald McCoy don't have any help. He actually got plenty of help right now. And he still can't get no sacks. JPP got 5 sacks. He only been in the scheme only 6 weeks, and he got 5 sacks. He will have 10+ sacks. Vinny Curry is starting to look like a bad sign by Jason. It looked like that Robert Ayers signing. That's who Vinny Curry remind me of. He don't get no pressure. The Eagles was like, go ahead, man. Let Vinny Curry go. And Vinny Curry has a sack and a half in 5 games. And we put money on Vinny Curry. Folks, we got to start calling these people out. They're not making any plays. And yes, I'm going to blame 95% of that on the scheme. Because Vinny Curry is actually a decent player. It's the scheme. It's the way they got these boys. Mike Smith's scheme doesn't let these boys play aggressive enough. It goes from the secondary to the linebackers to the front 4. You can tell that it's not a great defense to be in because you spend far too much time not attacking. You don't blitz that much, so a lot of pressure's on the front 4. The Ravens had 11 sacks today. Marcus Mariota, they sacked him 11 times. Pressure, they was bringing 5 every time. Sometimes 4. They wore Tennessee's O-line out, and Tennessee O-line is better than the Bucs. They wore Tennessee out. That's what happens when you put pressure on a quarterback. You don't let a quarterback sit back and pick you apart. The Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Falcons 41-17. Julio had his first catch in the 3rd quarter. Why can't we play like that? Vita was in the game. He did his thing in the run game, but he offers no pass rush. I mean, yes, he's still trying to learn. He's still trying to figure it out. But he offers no pass rushing skills. This league is about two things on defense. Pass rushers, secondary. The interior guys, unless you were Aaron Donald or Jarrell Casey or Calais Campbell or Fletcher Cox, do not draft a D tackle in the first round. Unless you were Ed Oliver, do not draft a D tackle in the first round. I'm sorry. You got to have a pass rusher and some secondary. I get the defensive tackle pick, but drafting a defensive tackle that is not an explosive athlete, he's a Haloti Nada clone. Stop the run, but pass rushing, I don't see it in the Vita Vea. I don't see it in Vita. He might get a couple sacks here and there, but Vita's not going to give us the explosion we need on line for up the middle. He's not a Gerald McCoy. He's not a Jarrell Casey. He's not an Aaron Donald. He's not a Fletcher Cox or Cam Jordan or Kawan Short or Grady Jarrett. This is not good, man. I'm just. If you don't have an outside linebacker or a defensive end to rush the passer or have some secondary, you got to have two studs in the secondary and a couple studs on the D ends to be a difference in the game. Today's game is a passing game. Drafting defensive tackles in the first round, that's cool. But he got to be elite in that plug the hole and rush the quarterback. Vita Vea going to plug the hole. He going to be a good player stopping the run. But I don't see anything about him that says he's going to be a hellacious pass rusher. I'm sorry, folks. I'm watching the game. There's nothing about Vita Vea that says he's a Warren Sapp, Jarrell Casey, Aaron Donald, Fletcher Cox, Marcel Darius, Calais Campbell. Nothing about Vita Vea says that. Nothing about Vita says that. And Vita going to be a good run stopper in a passing league. Think about that, folks. This is a passing league. You got to have two guys back there that can hold it down. And you got to have some 3-4 linebackers or some 4-3 DNs like a Bosa or Melvin Ingram or DeMarcus Lawrence, Justin Houston, D. Ford, Frank Clark, a Clay Matthews, a Bradley Chubb, or Von Miller, Olivia Vernon, Cam Waite, Mario Addison. Look at all these defensive ends I'm naming. Attack McKinley, Terrell. So we gotta have pass rushers, man. David Irvin. I'm naming a bunch of pass rushers, folks. Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox. Khalil Mack. Trey Flowers. Dietrich Wise. Myles Garrett. Where is that on our team? JPP. You shut JPP down, you can block everybody else one-on-one. This is a passing league, folks. The Vita pick was cool. It was a good pick. But, man, pass rusher and secondary is the premium in today's football game. The defense is not good, folks. And it's not going to change. I'm going to give you the good and the bad every weekend about our defense. Because it's not good. It's horrible. It don't matter who we got in our front seven and our back four. It don't matter. It's going to be trash. We can go get Patrick Peterson, but it ain't going to make no difference. We can go get Deion Buchanan. We're gonna trade for Le'Veon Bell. Like that's gonna help our defense. No. If you're gonna make any trade, you go get Patrick Peterson and Buchanan. Brent Grimes is done. He's washed. He had an okay game today, but he don't tackle no more. Patrick Peterson is 28 years old. We can get 3 to 4 good years out of Patrick Peterson. What happened to J.V. Elliott? Why hasn't he been playing more? He's quick. MJ Stewart doesn't look like he's fast enough to guard slot guys. Quan and Levante David are perennial or potential. Well, Levante is a perennial Pro Bowl player, right? He's a top 5 linebacker in the NFL. Quan is on the cusp of being a Pro Bowl player. But if I had to pick my Pro Bowl linebackers, Quan and Levante would not be a part of it. Not even in the question. Not even in the discussion. Quan and Levante have been playing horrible. Quan over aggressive. Levante looks slow. Yes, I told y'all, 95% of it is the scheme. It's horrible. It is what it is. But the players, man, sometimes you just got to debunk the scheme and be like, I'm going to just do me. And you know what I'm saying? Make plays. Because that scheme is not helping you make plays. Look at our secondary. Do anybody in our secondary besides Justin Evans screams a starter? Right now, let's just be honest. I'm being real with you guys. Look at our secondary. Give me one person besides Justin Evans as a starter. Don't worry, I'll wait. All right, like I said, I'm not trying to rain hard on the players, but I'm just giving y'all an overview on how our team looks. For years, the secondary has been a problem. And they felt like addressing the pass rush will fix the secondary. Well, they put the money into it, and it's still a problem. Now, Whitehead and Carlton Davis and MJ Stewart will probably be a good player. Will turn out to be good players down the road. But right now, you're trying to win right now, right? Because I'm telling you, it's a foregone conclusion that Mike Smith will get fired. And Dirk will probably be packing his bags if Dirk don't go 9-7, 10-6. That's our ceiling right now. We got 3 losses already. We got 3 losses with 11 games to go. So unless Dirk goes 9-2, we ain't going 11-5. Eight and 3. That'll give us 10. That'll give us 11-5. I mean, I'm sorry. If we go 8 and 3, we'll finish 10-6. We'll finish 10 wins and 6 losses. If we go 8 and 3 for the next 11 games, you know how hard that is to do. We got to win 8 out of the next 11 games to finish 10-6. I think that number will save Dirk's job. A 7-4 gets us to 9-7. Does that save Dirk? Does that save Dirk's job? A 9-7 season? Does that save Dirk's job going 9-7? 8-8, does that save Dirk's job? 7-9, does that save Dirk's job? Definitely 7-9 don't do it. 8-8 ain't gonna save his job because of the amount of money that's been spent. Remember, everybody was saying, we done put this money into the defense. The defense should be a whole lot better. We're actually worse. We on pace to break the points record for allowed points for defense and yards. The defense has regressed. It's got worse. And Dirk and Jason refuse, and the Glazer family refuse to look at the serious problem we have in the organization. For the last 7 years, our pass defense has not been great. Dirk says, we fired our defensive coordinator. What does that do? That's not going to fix the problem. Dirk, it'll fix the problem. Fire Mike Smith, it'll fix the problem. He's the problem. Problem solved. At least by firing Mike Smith, you can at least say, I went out on my own. I went out on my own terms. So you're going to go out, you're going to get fired on somebody else's terms. Because I got a feeling, the way this is looking moving forward, a 3-game losing streak, you're going to go down with Mike Smith. You're going to get fired Black Monday. I don't think Mike Smith is going to make it through the year. I highly doubt that. Roy Cummings, a Bucs reporter, was defending Mike Smith on Twitter. He was blaming the players. Fam, 3 seasons in a row, and Roy Cummings refuses to look at the problem. 2016 defense was better than 2018 defense. You would figure by year 3 in this defense, it'll be a lot better. It's still the same problems, but worse. And Roy Cummings, a professional reporter, is defending Mike Smith and trying to blame the players. When the analytics and metrics says Mike Smith should have been fired this offseason. They just passed. Shame on you, Roy Cummings. You are a professional journalist. Defending Mike Smith crappy defense on Twitter when you know it's garbage? Mike Smith, mark my words, he will be fired before the season over with. Because I'm telling you, at some point, enough is enough. When our season is pretty much done, if we lose, if we are at like 3-6, the season's over with. 3-6? 2-5? Hell, if we lose next week to the Browns, we 2-4. It's time to start chopping hands off now. All because the Dirk Cutter won't swallow his pride and fire his best friend. Do you know we rank in the bottom in sacks? Mr. I don't believe in sacks. That's who our defensive coordinator is. I don't believe in pressure. I don't believe in blitzing that much. I only blitz in the red zone when it's bad time in the blitz. I only blitz when it's a real bad time to blitz. We outgained Atlanta big time. For us to win games, we got to put up 30 points and 500 yards total, or 400 yards total offense every game to win a game now. We got to score 30 points and have 400 plus yards total offense. And we can't have no turnovers because we have no room for error with that defense. And I know Jameis, he took some of the blame because he threw 2 costly interceptions. Get Jameis what he's trying to do. Take ownership of the turnover. I get it. But do we gotta have over 400 yards total offense and 30 plus points every game to win games? We can't win can we win the 24-10 games? Can we win the 13-10 games? Can we show any sign of defense? So let me guess. Come Monday, Dirk Cutter gonna defend Mike Smith. I guarantee he gonna defend Mike Smith. He gonna defend Smith. Because the media gonna drill him about the defense again. We had 2 weeks. We had a bye week and a week preparation to watch a bunch of film on Atlanta Falcons, and we come out here and the defense lays an egg in the first half and the fourth quarter. I don't care about the third quarter. They laid an egg in the fourth quarter. They gave up 10 points. We scored 13. We outscored Atlanta 16-10 in the second half. Mark my words, folks. Mike Smith will get fired in the season, in the middle of the season. He will get fired. And I cannot wait to make that video because I'm going to dance all through the video, the whole entire video. It's terrible. Charles Barkley voice. Terrible. 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 I'm sitting here watching the game. I'm just shaking my head. As you can see on the live, go back to my live stream and just look. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Atlanta had 416 yards total offense. Once again, 400 plus yards again. 30 plus points again. Do you know we lead the league in 30 plus points? 400 plus yards a game. I think we like 19 out of the last 36 games, we have gave up over 30 plus. We gave up 30 points and 400 total yards offense. 19 times in 36 games since Mike Smith been the defensive coordinator or something like that. I might be missing a game or two on that, but I think it was like the last 36 games, 19 of those has been 30 plus points and 400 total yards offense. And Roy Cummings is defending that. Do you know how many analysts are sitting there watching the Bucs saying, man, they got some talent, but that defense is not good? Jonathan Banks, an ex-Bucs player on Twitter, he even said, he tweeted, man, the Bucs got way too much talent to look like this. Go back, go look at Jonathan Banks' tweet. Oh, so today makes the 20th game, 30 plus points, 400 yards plus offense. 20 out of the last 37 games, 30 plus points, 400 plus yards. 20 out of 37 games under Mike Smith. The Tampa Bay Falcons, that's exactly what we look like. The Tampa Bay Falcons. We look like Atlanta Falcons in the last couple years with Dirk and Mike at the when Michael Smith was at the head coach and then Dirk was the offensive coordinator. Atlanta offense, when Mike Smith was there and Dirk Cutter was the OC, Atlanta offense was high flying. Oh, trust me, believe that. I don't question Dirk's way to call plays and coordinate offense, because Atlanta offense was a beast back in the day when he was the OC for Atlanta back in 2012 and 13 and 14. Offense was a beast. But go back and look at Atlanta Falcons defense under Mike Smith. The whole entire time Mike Smith was there, Atlanta defense never finished above 15. Total defense. Go look it up. Total defense. Mike Smith, total defense under the Atlanta Falcons was horrible. Atlanta got fed up with it. Had all that talent. Atlanta was like, gotta go. Mike Smith stepped down and Dirk Cutter, they fired him basically. And the minute Atlanta fired him, they hired Dan Quinn, a real defensive coach from the Seattle tree under Pete Carroll. They had their little growing pains under Dan Quinn, but all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. Now they look good. Now they can play some freaking defense. They got some pass rushers. Vic Beasley, Tack McKinley, Grady Jarrett, Deion Jones, Keanu Neal, Casey, Brian Poole. They got some ballers, man. Shout out to the Gator boys, man. Neal and Poole. But it just doesn't make any sense. What do we do now, folks? What do we do now? We got the Browns next week. I will make my preview video of that tomorrow. But I just want to get this off my chest, because I am sick and tired every week telling y'all the same stuff about our defense, man. The videos are getting repetitive. It's the same thing over and over again. Deep secondary defense. What a sack set. Do Mike Smith blitz? How many times Mike Smith blitz? How many times Mike Smith blitzed this game? Don't worry, I'll wait. Can anybody got that number? How many times Mike Smith blitzed this game? I didn't see that much. I guarantee it was under 3 times the whole game. Mike Smith don't like blitzing. Mike Smith believes in his philosophy, and it works. And it really don't. He's the only one in the building that has faith in his philosophy. The players are too scared to stand up and tell Mike Smith, your defense is trash. Players get paid to play. Coaches get paid to coach. Doesn't make any sense, folks. Doesn't make any sense. Pretty bad. I know we need. We need one of the coordinators from the Baltimore Ravens defense. Their linebacker coach, their defensive line coach, their secondary coach, to come coach our defense. I guarantee you, if we had the Ravens philosophy, aggressive defense, I think our defense would be better. Go get somebody from the Rams coordinator staff, Seattle staff, Ravens staff. Got to be aggressive, man. The game is. I'm just saying. We got problems, folks. And they won't get fixed no time soon because Dirk Cutter will not fire his best friend. When there will be some wholesale changes coming soon. We're 2-3. Carolina lost. We're tied with the Falcons, I believe. I'm sorry, the Falcons 2-4. We're 2-3. So we stood up on the Falcons. The Panthers lost, so they 3-2. So we still a game behind second place. So good. The Bears lost. So yeah, we okay. We stood in the playoff hunt after 3 straight losses. Started out good. It's a peach. I'm sorry, a plum. I'm sorry, a plum, not an apple. It's a plum. I'm eating a plum. But we gotta do something on defense, man. Because if we don't fix this defense, I can see somewhere between a 2-14, a 6-10 season. If we don't fix the defense. There is no way with Dirk Cutter as the head coach that we can win 10 or more games with that defense. No way. Unless the defense turns it all the way around, I don't see us winning more than 10 games. Remind you, folks, we're 2-3 right now. 2-3 with 11 games left. We have to go 8-3. The last 11 games. We have to win 8 out of our last 11 games to finish 10-6. Every week we lose, every week our playoff chances go down. And when will the Bucs wake up and smell the coffee? I told y'all, the offense is banging, but I kid you not, we're not Kansas City. We got an offense like Kansas City, right? All the weapons on offense, tight end, receivers and all that stuff. Move the ball down the field like Kansas City. Kansas City defense is trash. But what separates Kansas City 5-0 versus the Bucs 2-3 is the coach. Kansas City defense is number 1 in the NFL when it comes to third downs with 7 or more yards. You know how many times Bucs have had third downs when it was third and 7+ yards? Giving up first downs. Kansas City, when they get you third and long, you don't get first downs. Put all this money into the defense. Put all these draft picks, draft capital in the defense. You know what? And I'm telling you what's gonna happen, folks. If our defense don't show up, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. A lot of y'all gonna run around here and start screaming, why did we pass up on Derwin James? Who has more sacks than Vita? Pro Football Focus out here ranked pretty high as a safety, as a starter. Mika Fitzpatrick is doing very well. Man, I really don't want to hear that talk. But I'm telling you, if our defense secondary do not shape up moving forward, you're going to hear a lot of, why did we pass up on Derwin James and Mika Fitzpatrick and Jesse Bates and Dante Jackson? 4 rookies that's starting and playing very well on winning teams, by the way. Starting rookies. I just named 4 rookies in the secondary that's doing, and we passed up on them. Let me repeat this again. Derwin James, Mika Fitzpatrick, Derwin James, Jesse Bates, Dante Jackson. Don't worry. I'll wait. And if Vita don't show up, that's what we're going to hear in the offseason. Why the Bucs didn't draft this guy? Why they didn't draft? I'm just saying. Also, on a side note, Chandler Cannizzaro missed the extra point. Chandler missing an extra point. That's not good, man. And we used to have Matt Bryan. Matt Bryan used to be our kicker. 57 yards. Good. I hope he's okay. This is the longest post-game video I've made post-game because it's ridiculous. Until the secondary and the D-line start getting sacks, we're not winning no more games. Don't be surprised if the Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield, he might get hurt, but don't be surprised if Baker Mayfield or Tyrod Taylor come in there and eat us up. Trubisky did it already. I'm just saying. But anyway. And you know what? Why did we spend a second-round draft pick on a running back and we're not going to use him? What is the infatuation with Jacquizz Rodgers back there catching kickoffs and on third downs? Jacquizz Rodgers doesn't offer anything offensively, but he gets snaps. Why is he getting snaps? Why is he getting kickoffs? He doesn't do. Where's Sean Wilson at? What is the love of Jacquizz Rodgers and Brent Grimes? You want to know what they got in common? They're loyal to Dirk Cutter and Mike Smith from Atlanta days. The only reason why Jacquizz Rodgers is on the roster is because of Dirk Cutter. Jacquizz Rodgers does not make a roster nowhere else. Jacquizz Rodgers should not be on the 53-man roster. Why is Dirk Cutter playing Jacquizz Rodgers over Rojo? Let Rojo get some burn. He got talent. Let him play. It's week 6, and this man can't get more than 20 snaps. Oh no, I got to play Jacquizz Rodgers. I got to justify him having on the team because he offers something on special teams. So Rojo can't catch kickoffs. Rojo can't get in on third downs. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. That's that Atlanta Falcons connection. That's that Brent Grimes and Jacquizz Rodgers. They both not really offering anything on the team. Every time I see Jacquizz Rodgers get a kickoff, I'll be like, good Lord, he's slow. I think we like one of the worst teams in the NFL on kickoffs and punt returns. Nothing back there spectacular. I want to see Rojo against the Browns. I want to see more Vita to justify that first round pick against the Browns. I don't want Vita to be looking like no Danny Shelton, man. He looking like Danny Shelton. Boy, but... Anyway, man. I've been on a tangent for 50 minutes about this game, man. I'm about to wrap this video up. I'm about to wrap it up. But I done say what I had to say, man. I done say what I had to say. I done spoke out on how I feel. But, oh, let me give a shout. Let me get a special shout out to Ali Marpet and Donovan Smith. I know a lot of y'all don't like Donovan Smith. But this year, he's been playing very well, folks. And of course, it's a contract year. So you know how folks play in contract years, right? They play really good and get the money and play really bad. But Donovan Smith, man, shouts out to him. He been getting harassed for the last 2-3 years about his blocking. It seemed like he done kind of turned the corner a little bit because Donovan Smith is like 25 years old, so he's still young. Ali Marpet got his contract, and I think Donovan Smith going to get his contract. It won't be a big contract, but it'll be a decent one. Donovan Smith and that left side of the Bucs O-line, they need to keep that together. Ryan Jansen is okay. He's okay as a center. The Ravens let him go, by the way, and they still look good. So that's neither here nor there. But Caleb Benenard and Dotson, I think Father Time has caught up with Dotson, and Caleb Benenard is not an NFL guard. Caleb Benenard is not an NFL guard. That boy, on one of Jameis Winston's interceptions, he got beat on a spin move. He can't block anybody. He's a liability. Just go ahead and put Evan Dietrich Smith in there. Where's Pamphlet? Where's Pamphlet at? Where is he at? Where's Kevin? Where's Kevin at? Kevin Pamphlet. What? What? Alex Kappa. Just play. I think Alex Kappa better than Caleb Benenard, man. Put Alex Kappa in there. You can't get no worse than that. Alex Kappa probably do a better job than Caleb Benenard. Evan Dietrich Smith is just an old guy, but he can play better than Caleb. Doesn't make any sense, folks. That right side of that line is trash. But that left side is really, 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 really good. Donovan Smith is really, 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 really good. First down. We either shape up or we're not going to make the playoffs. If that defense led by Gerald McCoy, I'm sorry. Nah, Gerald McCoy is not the leader of the defense. That defense led by JPP don't straighten up. We ain't going nowhere, folks. We're not a playoff team with that defense. We are not Kansas City. We don't have an Andy Reid type coach that calls very good plays. Andy Reid got a bad defense. What's the big difference between Andy Reid and Dirk Cutter? We got the same offense. We got a better offense than the Chiefs, pretty much. We're like neck and neck. We got a super chat here. William Emetric. Oh, shouts out to Adam Humphrey too, man, for catching a couple balls and catching that one ball that was running. If Adam Humphrey was a little more faster, he would have scored that touchdown. He's just not fast enough. That's the same touchdown. That's the play he caught the ball and he ran like what 40 or 50 yards. He got tackled at the 2-yard line. That's when James Winston threw that interception. Yeah, that if he just runs harder and faster, he scores. He's just not fast enough. So, but I like a little Adam Hump, man. A little Adam Hump. But shouts out to Adam Humphrey, man. Appreciate the super chat, William. So this is a really bad loss for the Bucs, man. I hope the season don't go downhill from here. 3-game losing streak. Vegas got Dirk Cutter. The bets on Dirk Cutter getting fired. He's number 2 behind Vance Joseph, I think, or Hugh Jackson. Yeah, so Kansas City just scored. 40 to damn, Kansas City and New England going at it. 40-40 in the fourth quarter. 75-yard touchdown, Tyreek Hill. Whew. Good Lord. Anyway, leave boy Tyreek Hill's nasty. See, that's the problem. See, Kansas City can give up 40 points because their offense can just turn around and do what they want to do. It's who got the ball last, and that's our offense is just like that. Kansas City defense is trash. We got a better defense than Kansas City, but they 5-0 though. Because why? Coaching. Coaching. That's the difference. Coaching. Coaching will always make a difference, man. Skip Bayless said it. Skip Bayless said he don't believe in our coaching staff. We're on a 3-game losing streak. And we got the Browns, the tough, rugged Browns coming in. We're going to see, man. We're going to see. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. It's your boy Isaiah. Coming to you from Buck Osaka. Subscribe, like, comment, share all my videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify on all new videos that's posted on this channel. I'm putting out this content for you guys, to all my Pirates and my Sea Bandits, to everybody in the Bucks family on Facebook, social media. Everybody shouts out there, man. Keep your head up. It was a tough loss today, but we'll get it back next week. I'll make a preview video, Bucks versus Browns tomorrow. I want y'all to fire those cannons. Oh, wait a minute. All donations are welcome, big or small. The links are in the description box. Venmo, PayPal, hit me up. It is what it is. My email is in the description box. Y'all know what to do, man. Keep supporting the channel, man. I appreciate all the love. Y'all know my slogan. I want y'all to fire those cannons. Wait a minute. I got to get in my shout-outs. I got to get in my shout-outs today, man. You know I ain't going to leave without giving y'all some shout-outs, man. Trump Days. I see Alvin. You always in my chat. Trump Days. I don't know about that guy. Clutch Sports, man. Appreciate it, man. Who else in here, man? Who else in Jonathan? I see you, man. Who else in the chat room right now, man? I'm giving everybody a little shout out before I get off, man. Let me give my subs some shout outs. Bar, Andrew, what's up, man? Where y'all at tonight, man? Y'all chilling, man? William Rankins, I see you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hear you, man. T-Braves fan 2008. What's up, buddy? James Powell, man. What's going on, James? I see you, man. I see you, James. You know, I just put out this content, man. J Rob, I see you, man. UConn, I see you, man. You know what I'm saying? Just putting out this content for you guys, man. You know, who else in the chat room, man? Who else in this chat room? Red Liquid, I see you, man. Andrew, James, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep giving y'all shout-outs, man. It is what it is. But back to my slogan. Harold, I see you, man. I want y'all to fire those cannons. Siege the day. I'm out.